most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Well, hi there, folks. I'm Bob Schroep, physical therapist.
Brad Heine, physical
We are
therapist.
the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Quarantined, we're going to show you 19 ways to reduce your stress every day. We're all feeling it, Brad. We're under stress. We're not having the social contact, so we're missing a lot of things in our lives, and it's causing stress.
And they're guaranteed to find at least a half a dozen of these that'll work for you.
Not that they'll all work for you, but we're going to give you some suggestions. And by the way, number 10 worked really well with prisoners, which we are kind of a sort.
Well, in a sense.
Yeah. By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, join us on our website, bobandbrad.com, because we're always giving something away. Right now, we're giving away a mattress from Sleepovation. Yes,
say no more, Bob. Look at that.
Yeah, a true mattress, along with a couple of their pillows, which will go to separate winners.
Oh, really?
So, yep.
Okay.
We can also find it on Facebook.
I'm sorry.
It'll be pinned to the top of the page, the contest that is for joining. Go to Twitter or Instagram or TikTok if you want to see a 60-second version of our program each day. Let's get started, Brad.
Sure.
This is, by the way, kind of a shout out to Pat Beckman, who works for us. She's an occupational therapist. She also works in the schools. And she was wondering if we do this for the teachers in Winona, Minnesota. They're doing a great job, but it's very difficult, and they're under a lot of stress. So we thought we'd make this for them.
But the other teachers too.
All the teachers.
All
the teachers
over
the land. Yep. All right. Number one. This is for teachers particularly. You got to adjust your standards, because I believe a lot of teachers are perfectionists, Brad. You know what I mean?
Very well could be, Bob. They want to have a certain level reached, and this is going to be an extra challenge.
Yeah, so they're trying to teach their students, but a lot of them have children at home, so they're trying to keep up that standard also.
Sure.
So I'm just trying to tell you, give yourself permission to back away from perfection.
Right. Yeah.
Bob and Brad absolve you. We give you permission to back off from perfection.
If you watched our videos, you know we don't worry too much about perfection.
Yeah, that's right.
Everything is natural, and it is as it is, and we're happy.
We're as far away from perfection as you can be. Number 2, take breaks you want to take breaks from watching, reading, or listening to news stories. This is probably the number one thing you can do. They're going to bring you down. Now, I realize you want to keep up on the news. You can do that by reading a few maybe headlines on a website or something. But just to dwell on it, it's just going to bring you down.
I've stopped watching news years ago, well before the COVID-19, because they dwell on negativity, always looking at the bad things. Once in a while, they'll throw in a couple things that are positive or make you smile, but that's a small percentage. So I've been much happier.
Yeah, I get up in the morning, and if I turn the news on right away, and all of a sudden I'm feeling glum within a few minutes, and So, and by the way, Brad, this wasn't one of ours, but I guess we could make it 20 ways, is avoid negative people too.
Right.
You want to have positive people in your life, and that's going to be difficult if you're in the same household as one. Good luck with that one.
Yeah, some people, you'd give them $100 bill and they'd complain that it wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are the kind of people that maybe you can...
try to stay clear of right now. Number 3, absolutely, most people know this, get outside, especially if you get into nature. We've saw studies on that if you spend like an hour and a half in nature, it actually psychologically worked to help stop ruminating. Remember, if you ruminate over problems, you just keep recycling them.
Which can be a real problem with stress.
Right. My daughter has a problem. Like, she lives in Seattle. It's so crowded there that she says, like, even if you go to the parks now, the people are lined up and they're allowing them in.
Oh, sure.
And even then, they're like 6 feet apart. It's just like packed. I mean, we're lucky that we live in a rural hodunk. What's the word?
Yeah, it's got its benefits. Being
right.
in redneck Wisconsin.
Right. All right. Number 5. Number 4. Breathing. Breathing is a hugely impactful and hugely important.
Right.
People, when they become stressful, their breathing becomes shallow.
Right.
So there's a lot of different breathing techniques. We like the 4 square one. Very simple to do. So you breathe in for 4, in through the nose.
Yep.
Hold it for 4, then breathe out through the mouth for 4, and hold it one more time. And that basically creates the sides of the square, and it's 4 seconds. You can go 3 seconds on each side of the square,
Yep.
5 seconds, whatever works for you. But Navy SEALs use this before they go out on deployed on,
The 4 square one.
right.
You read
Yeah,
that somewhere?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. All right, number 5, exercise, especially if you can exercise outside, because then you get the 2 benefits, don't you? You get the
Right.
outside,
Right. You got that sunlight too. If you can get
right.
out in sunlight. Or there's that another one down the road?
That's one on there
Oh,
too, but you're right.
we can
That's
double.
another.
Yeah, we can emphasize
And
it.
if you can, if you can go out with a friend and keep your social distance, that's like 4 benefits to being outside.
Oh,
You're getting a
yeah.
little social interaction, you're getting sun,
Sun.
you're getting exercise, you're getting the outdoors. It's
Right.
all right there. Uh, Number 6, make it a priority to connect with others. There's all these video chat ways to do it now.
Sure.
Brad and I just talked to some people from China.
Yeah, we did.
We
We did.
did for a half hour. So you can do it on Zoom. You can do it on Facebook Messenger, Skype. Even we're pretty technologically inept, which is surprising because we're on a YouTube channel. But we can figure it out. So you can figure it out too. So
Yeah, you can always.
or at least
text.
Mike can.
Yeah, yeah. I ask one of my daughters, and one way or another, it works.
One of your oh yeah, that's right. You have a stepdaughter too. Number 7, keep a routine. This is really easy to start going, crazy and not maintaining a schedule. But you really want to maintain a schedule for work, for play. Especially if you're that type of person that keep working if they don't have a schedule.
Yeah.
You want to make sure you allocate some time to play.
Sure.
Like
Right.
to give yourself time to wind down.
And
So-
if your play is exercise, that's a double whammy.
Yep. Again, a double positive.
Right. That's
So-
what I meant.
Number 8, watch something lighthearted. Brad and I talked about this on another video. The exact opposite of watching the news is you want to pick a show that
Right.
is just lighthearted. And I mentioned this on the other video. We've been watching Monk, which is
Ah.
kind of funny because it's about a detective who's really paranoid about germs. But the funny thing about it is that each show starts off with a gruesome murder, but it's lighthearted the way they do it. And then they start playing lighthearted music.
Oh, really?
And then he solves the crime. And
Oh, so it's a happy ending.
yeah, it's always a
Oh,
happy ending.
good.
And whenever he figures out he knows who it is, he goes, he's the guy. He's the guy. He's never wrong.
It's kind of
So-
like Scooby Doo.
Yep, like Scooby Doo. All right, number 9, have a consistent bedtime and naps. This is from the book How We Sleep by Matthew Walker. Their number 1 tip, if you have trouble sleeping, is to stay on a schedule.
Be consistent.
Yeah, be consistent, even if it goes into the weekends. Like if you are tempted to stay up a lot later on the weekends,
Sure.
you should try to adhere to your schedule
Right.
somewhat.
I was
So-
wondering if that, like Saturday night, I was all by myself. I could watch my own movie that I wanted. But I was laying down and on the pillow. I figured that was close enough to sleeping, and it was a mellow movie.
Did you stay awake?
Yeah, I watched it. It was a good movie. It was a fun movie, and I got to bed an hour and a half
Do you want to
later.
reveal the name of the movie or not? You don't remember, do you?
No, I don't remember. It was a oddball Netflix movie, but no one would watch it.
It's funny. That is something when I find myself by myself, I'm like, I get to watch whatever I want. This is so cool.
Yeah.
All right, number 10, we mentioned about the prisoners, right, Brad?
Oh, yes.
So there was 3 studies that they reviewed, and prisoner anxiety was significantly reduced in these 3 studies by using progressive muscle relaxation. So what that is basically as you're lying down, you're going to tighten up a muscle, and we usually start in the feet
Mm-hmm.
and move all the way up to the face.
Sure.
So like you might tighten your calf muscle up.
Right.
And while you're tightening up, you inhale for 5 to 10 seconds while you're tightening. Then exhale. And as you exhale, you want to picture or visualize those stress feelings just
Sure.
flowing out.
Yep.
You do that in karate, right? And you do visualization.
Well, the one that really sticks in my mind is they say relax, exhale, and envision your muscles being like butter on a picnic table on a hot summer day with the sun, and it's just
sure.
flowing down.
Yeah.
I'm already relaxed.
Yeah. Right. And that's if you come up with the right relaxation image
Right.
for
The
this, it'll
visual.
work out all well too. Number 11, TM, Transcendental Meditation. Um,
Mm,
any type of meditation, really.
sure.
Um, if I don't know if any of you are fans of Tim Ferriss, he has a really popular podcast, but he interviews a lot of famous people, and I would say 80 to 90% of them meditate. It's
Sure.
surprising how many do.
Yeah.
So I've done it a few times in my life, and you talk about visualization. When I'm visualizing, meditating, I picture I'm breathing bubbles in and I'm blowing bubbles out.
Sure.
It just really works for me for some reason. And meditation, I don't feel like I need to do it at this point, but when
Right.
I do it, it really works well.
Sure. Sure.
It's so check it out. Number 12, gardening. What is better than it? Again,
Mm,
you're out in nature, you're busy, you're getting some
yeah.
activity. You're working with plants. Not my deal.
Uh,
Not my kind of
it's
thing.
not either. We had a garden for 4 years. I decided I'm going to get out there and do it. We did it as a children, um, but 4 years was enough for me.
That
It
wasn't
did.
your
That
thing.
were when you see your broccoli not come up, it
It's
was not good for
discouraging, huh?
yeah. You know.
So no Farmer Brad.
Yeah, we had soil samples and everything. I guess we needed some more potassium, and it's like, where am I going to get potassium? Yeah, it was a stressful thing, but a lot of people are very good at
Oh,
it.
my dad was a great gardener.
Yeah.
He was actually people would give up their gardens because it just wasn't working well for him. And he'd go over to other houses. He had gardens all around the neighborhood.
Wow.
So yeah.
Excellent.
So number 13, journal. So the way this works really well for a lot of people. I've never done this.
Hmm.
I never felt it. But you just write nonstop for 10 minutes. Don't even put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
Just write down your worries, your thoughts, your goals, and for some reason, it really seems to help transmit your problems to the paper
Sure.
and take them from you.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yeah.
I did use it the other night. I think I mentioned that to you.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah, I was having trouble sleeping, and what I did is I finally woke up and just got up and I wrote down all the things I was worried about.
Sure.
I laid back down and I fell asleep
It
like
worked.
it worked amazing.
Just
I was
like
shocked because I thought I would wake up and not get back to sleep then,
right.
because
Right.
I'm wide awake then. But
Yeah. I haven't
uh,
tried that because writing for me typically does not come naturally. And like in college, it was like I got to write a paper. It was a major stressor for me. But maybe with the right mindset.
yeah, I think you have to give yourself some leeway that you're just going to write down without being perfect on spelling or
Right,
grammar.
grammar.
Just
Right,
you just go.
exactly.
Number 14, we're moving on here. You want to watch your caffeine intake.
Ah,
It definitely can decrease your anxiety and stress. Are you a caffeine drinker?
well, I never was until recently in the last year. I've been drinking coffee for a couple reasons to stay awake on the road when I used to drive
Yeah.
more because I'd fall
Yeah.
asleep. I don't know why, but Pepsi, I didn't want the sugar.
Right.
And I didn't like crossing the middle line, so I'm going to get something to keep me awake. And it keeps my hands warm in the winter.
Sure.
And
I agree
it
with
tastes
that.
okay.
That's where I'm like, I'm willing to make the exceptions too, because you got to stay awake. If you're not awake and you're
Yeah.
dead, it's not going to help that you're not drinking. But
Yeah.
I don't drink caffeine anymore.
Right.
I just stopped it.
Yeah. I
So,
probably will in the future.
all right. Don't forget your hobbies. Number 15,
Mhm.
painting, drawing, knitting, writing, reading, making music, whatever.
Right.
That's
Well, you could
great
go
time.
on forever.
Yep. Number 16, eating healthy. This is a great time for people to start trying to pick up junk food, isn't
That
it?
says healthy.
Yeah. That doesn't look
Looks
like
like memory to me.
it. Eat memory.
Yeah.
So,
No, healthy eating is particularly as you get, I would say maybe over 50 or
I
even less.
agree.
The older you get, I always remember it's like I'd be around my parents and their friends and they'd be talking about what they're eating. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
who cares? What's the
Who
big
cares?
deal about what you
Right.
eat? Now it's like, me and my friends, we talk about diet. It's a little depressing to me. It's like I'm
Yeah.
already to that age.
Food
But
is-
it is important.
But food is medicine.
Oh, absolutely. It
Brad and
really
I
is.
have found this out again and again.
Yeah.
So, number 17, go through a gratitude list. For as bad as things are, you have a lot of things to be thankful for.
Right.
Especially if you don't have anybody that's been affected by COVID, that right there, you have a big one on your list.
Right,
That
right.
everybody's healthy and everybody's alive.
Sure.
So, number 18, do something for others. Get groceries, pick up some prescriptions for people. I mean, you always feel better when you're helping others, when you're
Exactly.
volunteering.
Yep. It's a good way
Number
to relax.
19, get some sunlight. We talked about, you mentioned that
Mm,
earlier. And if there's no sunlight, which sometimes there isn't, you might want to order those lamps that,
Sure.
for seasonal affective
Right.
disorder.
Right.
My daughter definitely uses one all the time.
Oh,
She has smaller ones.
okay.
Well, she's in Seattle, which,
Well, it rains 90% of the
yeah,
time.
well, it rains during the winter a lot.
If
During
it doesn't rain, it's cloudy, or
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
I was out there for a week once, sunny every day.
Wow.
My brother, who lived there at the time, said this never happened. So I came and it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went out there and it rained every day. It was every day.
Yeah.
And this is just a little bonus too. Get help if you need it. Don't feel embarrassed. These are really hard times on you. Check with your primary, caregiver or mental health professional.
Sure.
That
Right.
don't just suffer through it.
Right.
So
Don't do it alone.
yeah, don't do it alone. So, all right. Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
Except for
A broken heart.
right. We could have done that for number 20.
20, yeah.
20.
Yep.
But we
Get
don't
your-
have it solved yet.
Get your heart broken.
Yeah.
Your heart fixed. Your broken heart fixed.
We had enough, Bob.
All right, thanks.